All right, chapter 3, section 3, part 2 notes. We're going to prove lines, but this time we're going to do it with algebra in our problems. So, find x so that A is parallel to B, and state the converse that you use. Well, if we look at number 1, if we were going to say that those are parallel, that means that those two angles would have to be congruent because of alternate interior converse. So that means we're going to take 10x minus 23 and set it equal to 137. So what value of x was going to make this true? Oh, we're supposed to write it down here. Alternate interior converse. Okay. So I'm going to erase that. I'm going to, I didn't want that. Stop. Undo. Okay. Add 23. 10x equals 7 plus 3 is 10. 3, 4, 5, 6. And bring down the 1. Divide by 10. So x equals 60, because those are square. 16. There we go. All right, so let's look at number 2. What is the relationship between those things? Well, 74 is in the top right of that intersection. 9x plus 11 is in the top right, so that's corresponding angles, converse. And corresponding angles are congruent, so we can say 9x plus 11 equals 74. And we're going to subtract 11. 9x equals 63. Divide by 9. So x equals, I draw better, a 7. Okay. And let's see here. Number 3. Tuck that, get that off there. Those are interior angles, and they are on the same side. So that's going to be consecutive interior converse, which means that 6x minus 30 plus 96 is supposed to equal 180. So 6x plus 66 equals 180. So let's take away the 66. 6x equals, borrow, 10 minus 6 is 4, 7 minus 6 is 1, 114, and we're going to divide by 6, so x equals, let's see, 114 divided by 6, 19. Okay. And let's see what relationship's happening here. Different sides outside, that's alternate exterior converse. That's going to be a congruent situation, so 7x plus 5 equals 33. We're going to subtract 5. 7x equals 28 divided by 7. So x equals 4. All right. Go ahead and pause it. Try 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then come back. Let's see how you did. Okay, here you go. Both have an x this time. So these were all a little bit harder because you've got double the x's, but that's just one more step in the equation whenever we solve it. Number 5 are corresponding angles converse. And so 8x minus 17 equals 5x plus 19. I'm going to move the 5x first. You might have moved the 17 first. That's okay. It's all going to come out in the wash right here. I'm going to add 17. So 3x equals, let's see, 6. 36 divided by 3. So x equals 12. Now you should plug them back in and see if they work out. So let's give that a go real quick. 8 times 12 minus 17 is 79. And 5 times 12 plus 19 is 79. And it works out. Love it. Those are congruent. Now, those are on the same side but outside. So it's going to be consecutive exterior converse. And consecutives are 180. So 12x minus 29 plus 4x plus 1 equals 180. 12x and 4x is 16x. Use those. Negative 29 and 1 is now negative 28. And now we add the 28 to both sides. 16x equals 8, 10, 208 divided by 16. And who knows, x equals, let's see, 208 divided by 16. 13. All right, got an answer for that one. Very good. Let's check out 7. Those are on the inside. Those are on different sides. So that's going to be alternate interior angles. And that means they're equal. So 6x plus 5 equals 8x minus 37. I'm going to move the 6x and keep my x's positives. You could have moved the 8x. That's okay. It doesn't matter what side it's on. Equals is equals. Add 37 to both sides. That makes 42 equals 2x divided by 2. X equals 21. Okay, now this one's a little weird. We got a little box, but that box means 90 degrees. Now, those are both top left. That's a corresponding. That means they're congruent. So 4x minus 18 equals 90. Let's add 18. So 4x equals, whoa, that's not an 8. It's like 2 zeros. 108 divided by 4. X equals, let's see, it goes in 2, shows probably 27. Let's see, 108 divided by 4. Look at me, I can do math. 27. Very good. 2 tries left. And they didn't add any y's this time. That's good. But if you want, give it a pause, come back. Let's see how they do. All right. Number 9, they're on different sides and they're on the outside. That's alternate exterior angles. Converse. So that means they're congruent. So 23x plus 1 equals 27x minus 19. I like my x's to be positive, so I'm going to move the 23x. You could have moved the 27. Just don't mess up the negatives. 1 equals 4x minus 19. Let's add 19. 20 equals 4x. Divide by 4. X equals 5. And last, they are on the same side. This gets weird with the little arrow things where they point, but they're in here. So they're on the inside and they're the same side. So that's course consecutive interior converse. And when you deal with that, consecutives are supplementary, so they have to add to be 180. So 13x minus 2 plus 4x minus 5 equals 180. 13x and 4x is 17x. Negative 2 and negative 5 is negative 7. We're going to add 7. 17x equals 180. Oh, forgot to add the 7. 187 divided by 17. Let's see, 187 divided by 17. It does. 11 times. And that's all you got to do it with algebra. You're just solving for the x that makes it to where they're parallel, makes the statement true that if these things are congruent, then these lines are parallel.